Howdy, folks. Let's talk about our game of the week, WorldBox. I don't know what to do with this game. Okay, it's a god sim. So you create a world, and you can do whatever you want with the world. You know, if you want to add a continent, you can add a continent. If you want to call down an asteroid, you can call down an asteroid. You want to start a fire, you can start a fire. You can populate it with up to 4 races. If you want more of a race, put more out there. You can start a war if you want. You can do all. It's a very ambitious game. It also, in my humble opinion, has terrible graphics. And let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here. Like, let's just call down some animals. There's a dog, there's a bear, there's a hyena, there's a buffalo, a monkey, fox, cat. Like, now which one was which again? And I run into that with the different people too. You know, if some of them are easy to spot. Like the blonde hair for the elves really helps me out here, right? But some of these others, like the green skins, I can call out. So the orcs and the elves, I can tell who's who. The others, I don't know, man. Like, it's hard. And then you click on them. Oh, stop doing that. You click on them, and there's nothing to tell me, like, what it is. Like, is this a dwarf? Is this a human? And what am I looking at here? Where? That's my only clue, really. It's got it's a miner, so it's probably a dwarf, right? Oh, that looks like a dwarven name. But, like, just tell me it's a dwarf. Like, just say, I'm a dwarf. Stop poking me. Like, I thought maybe if I click on that, it'd be like, oh, it says it's a dwarf, and I just didn't realize that. Even, like, the surrounding things here, this would make me think it's a chicken. It's obviously not a chicken, but how do I know that? So, the graphics were a barrier for me. So they're cutesy. I mean, this is a 12-year-old game, so we're gonna cut some slack there. And I am known for loving low graphics game. Dominion series is my all-time favorite series, with some fairly simplistic sprites. But this game, it actually was a little bit of a barrier. Like this dude, is that a dwarf or a human? Ibuchi, he's not a miner. He's one-eyed. He's a genius. How about them apples? But is it a dwarf or a human? I don't know. Probably a human. He doesn't mind. I don't know. Like, that was the barrier I was running into. But I love the fact that, like, I don't think all of, like, the humans are geniuses. Let's find out. Maybe they all are. Let's find out. Let's drop a bunch of humans. See, some of the humans are blonde. How am I supposed to know these things? I thought those were elves. Okay, so this is a human, right? Is he a genius? No, he's not a genius. He's honest. Miracle born. It appeared because I dropped him into the world. So, I love the depth. You guys know I love it when, like, individuals are individuals. That's why I love the Dominion series so much. Dominions, just to be clear, not Dominion. Dominions, up to, I believe, 6 now, which I need to get back to that game. But that's not what we're here for. I love when a game is tracking people at this level. Individual sprites. Love it. Also love, like, all the things we can do here. Like, hey, do you want a white mage? There's a white mage. Hey, you want an evil mage? There's an evil mage. Whoops, that did not end well for the white mage at all. How many white mages would it take? See, this is the thing. You can do stuff like that. Be like, how many white mages does it take to beat an evil mage? So, I love the aspiration here. Apparently 3 is enough, by the way. I love the depth of it. Like, I always think of desert island games. Like, if you only had one game to play on a desert island for a year, this could be your game. Like, it's got that level of detail. Like, Dominions is probably my series, but I wouldn't blame you if you said this was your series. Like, I would get that. It's very aspirational. What makes it a little unique for this style, right? Because this style is harkening back to Sim Earth in the 80s, I believe. Like, late 80s. Like, it's that level of detail, and they build, you know, buildings like they are their own entity, and there's some high level stats around all of this. The interface is respectable. Like, I can kind of find my way around. Yeah, so I can click on some stuff. I don't know if I've got a village yet, but let's find out. I zoom out. Oh yeah, we've got a village with 2 people in it. So it's cool in what it does, and what makes it unique to me was the ages that they have. Let's see how to. If I back out, the ages that they have. We're in the age of hope right now, which seems to be like sort of the standard. But you can have the age of the sun, and in my experience, most things burn up in the age of the sun. But we've got the age of the dark, the age of tears, the age of the moon, chaos, wonders, ice, ash, despair. Like, there's a lot of ages, and I have not seen all of the ages. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. But going back to the aspirations of this game and the depth of this game, you could play this game for a very long time. I didn't get good at this game. I bounced off of it a little bit. I played a fair amount of it, tried some different styles. It wasn't quite for me. But I have been told, and I think I validated it online, that they are going to do some upgrades here. And I looked at what the upgrades were, and there's cool stuff. Like, right now, if I drop a dwarf onto the world, I have one option. Like, the dwarves are all the same. But I think coming with the next patch is... Well, I shouldn't say the next patch. Coming, I don't know if it's the next patch, is going to be some variation within the dwarves, right? So think of Warhammer. You've got the Chaos Dwarves, which are different than the regular dwarves. I think we're going to be able to get down to society level differences, which would be really cool. In one of the versions that I tried, I wanted to create a world of dwarves and then add elves and then add humans and add orcs. And I wanted variation between the dwarves, but I couldn't create it yet. So I want to come back to this game, once I know what it is, because I came into this game wanting it to be something that it was not. I wanted, almost like like when I saw the elves and the dwarves and the orcs, like I wanted a Middle-earth simulator. That's not what this is. This is more of a C.S. Lewis style fantasy than it is a Tolkien style fantasy. But it's cool, and I want to try that out, and I want to come back to the game with a fresh mindset. So, you're not playing it for the graphics, the music, the sound effects. Like, it's not that kind of game that is visceral. I'm playing Helldivers along with everybody else, and it's not that, right? It's kind of a thinking game, which tells you how well I play Helldivers. But it's kind of a thinking game, and I want to take a fresh look at it. My usual standard is S tier is a genre-defining game. Now, I haven't played a lot of this genre in a very long time. Like, we're talking multiple decades. I didn't feel like it was that. A and B is kind of games I want to keep playing. Like, there are certain games that I keep going back to, right? Slay the Spire is an easy example. Dominions, Front Office Football. Like, there's those games that I'm like, I'm getting that football urge, gonna go bust open Front Office Football. And this was not a game that I think I will pick up until it's enhanced. Then I want to try it again. So that would normally bump it out of the A's and B's, because I don't really have a strong desire to dive back into this game. So normally C, D. Aspiration alone would get this at least to a C, but I'm gonna break my own rule here and call this game a B, just because A, I think I was in the wrong mindset and I bounced off it unfairly. It was me, not the game. B, it aspires to be something super cool, and I really want it. Like, I want the new version. I want to, I know they're gonna augment this, but I would love to see a remake of this with like some better graphics and stuff. I know not everybody needs some better graphics. It's me. I need better graphics. But I'm really looking forward to the new content coming out. And I could see, like I said, how this could be someone's desert island game. So I'm going to actually bump it up to a B, even though it breaks my own rule of, do I want to play this game again? And if the answer is no, you're a C or D, or heaven forbid an F. So, so much replayability. The value's solid. I mean, for a 12-year-old game, like the interface and that kind of stuff worked pretty well. I mean, I've had old games that I wanted to try again. Patrician 3 is an example. I just really wanted to dive back into it, and it just didn't run. Like, it was an F because it just didn't run. This one, for 12 years old, pretty good. Pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a B and come back to it once the new content is out and I've got my head straight about what this game is, and give it another chance. Because I'm looking at this world here and thinking it looks pretty cool, even though it does look like a giant turtle. Especially when you're zoomed in, you don't see this wraparound island thing here, but zoomed in, it looks like a giant turtle. That's not a bad thing. Turtle Island, except it's Turtle Continent or Turtle World. Disc World. Anyway, squirrel. We're giving it a B. And our next game, I have a desire for higher production values, so we're going with Tropico 6. I played Tropico 4, loved it. We're going to try Tropico 6 this time. And if you're wondering like more about actual gameplay of this one, go ahead and dive into the gameplay videos. I didn't cover all that. But yeah, we're going to go dive into Tropico 6 because it has joyful music. I really like just listening to the music on that. Like, not hard listening, like passive listening. It just makes me happy. And I remember Tropico 4 being pretty good. I heard Tropico 5 was not. I don't think I played it. I don't think I own it. Tropico 6, though, I haven't played. So we're going to play that for our next game of the week. All right. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. They all help. Subscribe if you want to see like future game of the week reviews and that sort of thing. Comment if you have suggestions for games to try. I'm wide open to some more God mode type games. It's pretty cool. And then yeah. And then what was the other one? Like, comment if you. Oh yeah, and then like it if you like this kind of material. It tells me to do more of it. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for watching. We'll keep it short. We'll see you with Tropico 6. Take care. Have a great life, great day, all those good things. Great gaming.